Hey YouTubers, it's Michelle. I'm giving you an update so that you know what's going on. I'm going to refer to my list, which is nearly a notebook page long, but it's just little lines of things that associate to each other. So, okay, let me start with the reason why I'm updating. If you're wondering why the enthusiasm is not there, I'm just a little bit depressed because I went to the nutritionist yesterday. First one of the three. Had to pay up front $100. It's $300 to visit the nutritionist out of pocket. Insurance doesn't pay that. So we're breaking it down visit by visit, and we did $100 for that visit. And I walked in there, and her name is Christy. My nutritionist's name is Christy, and she's very pretty. I want to say that because she really is. She's very pretty, and I don't like her like that. But I don't have a problem with saying if I think somebody is attractive. And she had really, really pretty eyes. Very, very pretty eyes. And she was very, very down to earth and very knowledgeable and very, I guess I want to say she wanted to make sure you understood what you were getting yourself into with the surgeries, and wanted to make sure that you had a good understanding. So I've done a lot of research on my own. I highly recommend you research. I highly recommend that you watch people on YouTube who have done other videos, and you watch them all of them that have to do with their weight loss. Succession up to surgery, and most definitely beyond the surgery. I've gained a whole lot of information that way. Beyond that, I research everything else. If I find out something, somebody says something, I go and I Google it, and then I look at 6 different pages on it to see if they all combine and say the same thing, or if they say different things, so I can have questions if I have to have questions for people. But anyway, I walked in there, and excuse me. I'm catching a cold too. I'm trying to have a cold. It hasn't developed yet, but my body says I'm trying to have a cold. But anyway, this might be a two-parter, by the way, because there's a lot of information I'm going to tell you in this update. Anyway, I walked in there, and I'd only had just the information that I had supplied myself with. I don't know where to jump from to get any more information. I am not educated like the nutritionist is, or the surgeon is, or anybody of any professional status is. Just like you and I. We don't know anything. We don't know except where we stand and have a question. And whenever I had a question, I'd go seek it out. I'd actually go find an answer. So I walked in there into Christy's office, and she sat down, and she started to ask me questions like, why did I want to do this? And I feel it's really, really important to understand yourself before you do this. You have to come to a place not just because you want this. That's not good enough. You have to know that this is a life-changing thing that you're going to do. This is forever once it's done, usually. There's no going back, usually. This is a tool. That's the main important thing that you need to remember, and not a cure. You don't have the surgery to go, oh, I'm going to finally be thin and look like Angelina Jolie or Marilyn Monroe or Gwyneth Paltrow, or whoever it is that you want to look like, or I'm going to look like Tom Cruise or Heath Ledger or Bono. My guy, I had to throw him in there. Anyway, you can't assume that when you have the surgery that you're going to be able to look like somebody else in your mind. Okay. You may want that, but that's not a reality. So I walked in understanding that my reality was what my maximum weight on most of the weight scales should be for my body frame and my height, which is about 160-ish. That's the max weight. Now, my minimum weight can be 130 to 140. I do not know that I'm going to look good at that weight. I know that at 160, I'm going to look okay. So that's my goal. That's my realistic goal. That's about 100 pounds from where I'm at right now. It doesn't sound like a whole lot to a lot of people who are not struggling with any weight issues who can drop this weight. But this 100 pounds has plagued me my entire life. So it's time to get rid of it. And in order to get rid of it, I have to take ownership of what I do with my body. So I walked in, and she started asking me those questions, and she said, why do you want to do this? And I said, well, one reason is because I want to be healthier. I want to have a greater quality of life. I want to extend my life long enough so that I can see my son achieve things and see him grow up and have children, and I can appreciate my grandchildren. I also want to have a better relationship with my husband. I want to be healthier. I know that being morbidly obese, which is lower than morbidly obese, that's less weight than what I have, and being extremely morbidly obese, cuts your lifespan, just like smoking a cigarette. It cuts it. How much have I cut because I have not been taking care of myself? And I'm taking ownership of this. It's important that you understand that you are in control. You put in your mouth what you want to put in your mouth, and you don't put in your mouth what you don't want in your mouth. Addicts have control too. It's just the addiction is the thing that has them. I'm an addict. I'm a carb addict. I have made sure in the past 2 weeks I refined the carbs to almost nothing. Let me tell you, when you drop your carbs, you get tired. You will get tired. I amped up the protein. It hasn't done anything. I'm taking iron pills. I'm still tired. I am exhausted because I don't have any carbs in my body, and my body wants these carbs. And it's been a struggle. I have wanted to have the carbs, but I can't. But anyway, let me get back to this because I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm at 6:56 minutes right now. So I only got, it might be a 3-parter now that I'm thinking about it. Part 1. So I walked in there and I made sure that she understood I'd done my research and that I was not an ignorant person. Not saying that when you don't have information that you're ignorant. I think that if you do not do any studies, that if you don't inform yourself, if you do not inform yourself, you don't have any power. You have no power. Knowledge is power. I walked in and I knew what I wanted. It was like walking in with the mindset of knowing what wedding dress or car I'm looking for. The car salesman can tell me anything he wants. The wedding dress place can say I'd look great in something, but I have a mindset. I already know. So I want what my brain says that I want. So I walked in and I said, I know stuff. And she tested me. Not with a test, but, just asking questions. And I proved to myself, I think. I walked in and I said, well, I'm already dropping the carbs and I'm amping up the protein. I'm already doing the protein shakes, sometimes twice a day. She only wanted me to do it 1 time a day, which I'm having a problem with because I'm depressed about that. But anyway, doing it, she only wants me to do that 1 time, but I've been doing it twice. How many meals is I taking? I do 2 meals mainly. She wants me to do 3. That's hard. I don't want 3. I'm not hungry. Believe it or not, I'm not. And then, just general questions. Did I understand the gastric bypass procedure? Did I know what would happen? I was telling her stuff that she was supposed to be telling me because I'd already done my research. That made my session with her, that 1 session, very quick. Because I knew it. She didn't have to spend an hour and a half with me or 2 hours trying to explain everything to me. I already got it. She wanted me to start drinking protein drinks in the morning, and I want to bring this up on this one. No, I'll do it later because I'm coming down to the end of this. But anyway, I have my nutritionist thing. It might be a 4-parter. Because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. There's a lot of things I have to inform you all about so that you understand what's going on, because there was something new that she threw at me that I had no idea, and I cannot find anything online about it to even understand it. And it's like being handed a piece of information that nobody knows anything about it except the professionals. Like the doctor tells you have a new disease, and nobody knows anything about the disease. They just know it exists. So, well, I mean, she knows. So the doctors always know everything, but she handed me this one new piece, and I'll do that one next. So on part 2, you'll get that one next. Thank you, YouTubers, for subscribing to me. If you don't watch any more beyond this, have a great day. Bye.